Hello and welcome to my channel. I named this channel after an idealized form of government that I hope to eventually fully describe here. Towards this purpose, I will go by the name First Citizen. I have chosen these names because the ideas presented here might not be new, but I have never seen them all presented in a single place by any one person or single group of people. These ideas have existed in many forms throughout history, but given what is currently happening in the world both culturally and politically, I think the time has come to present these ideas anew. I've started this channel because I'm no longer able to ignore what I see around me. There are things happening in the world that are tolerated by the people not because they agree with them, but because they lack the foundations upon which their resistance can be built. They lack the framework from which to argue against the damage being done to their cultures, because they simply have not been presented with the very concepts of first principles. Most people are ignorant of history. They were educated in what their government stated they needed to know, but these targets are forever in flux, and people never truly get the kinds of deep information regarding history that they need in order to put things into context. I am not here to do deep dives into history. There are many other channels that can do that. My goal is to provide the basic education in civics and civic thought that people seem to need. From where does government derive its authority and power? How can we say it has the consent of those it governs? By what right do the people exercise their consent? These are the kinds of questions that need to be answered for people. I'm doing this because what I see around me has begun to affect my personal life. By allowing it to continue without some kind of effort on my part, I am at worst complicit and at best simply hopeless. It has finally gotten to the point where I feel like I need to have some kind of voice, even if I am only screaming into the void. If this does nothing more than allow me to have some level of peace in my heart, then it's been worthwhile, because at least I got what I feel I need to say out. I'm tired of politics as they are, because they simply no longer function for the benefit of the people. I'm sick of seeing account after account being reported of some government abusing its authority, and the people in government not being held to account for their abuse of power or their corruption. I'm going to build my arguments on historical realities and the moral philosophies that can be extrapolated from our cultural past. That which works, works. That which does not is to be discarded. Under no circumstances will I cage myself with an ideological label, because that is a way in which you can be defined, categorized, and your opinions, beliefs, facts, and words simply discarded by those who are too wrapped up within their own ideological cages. I understand that I may well make mistakes from time to time, and if presented with properly sourced evidence that I have made such a mistake, I am happy to issue a retraction. Given that I will only be discussing current events in either an oblique manner or simply providing my opinion upon it, I don't suspect that there will be much of an issue, however. If all of this sounds a little bit boring, it might be, but I hope that you might gain some usefulness from it as well. If you choose to stick around, feel free. I welcome you to stay a while and listen.